This really helps me to drive into the next area that I love to talk about on this podcast, which is your mindset. And I like to talk about scarcity versus abundance. How has your ideals in scarcity and abundance, how have they shifted? How have they evolved when it comes to time and when it comes to money?
Yeah, I think that's the big dichotomy of life is like I said before, money's fake, but time is real. Mm-hmm. And from that is understanding and starting to look at things of how do you start buying back your time? So using money to buy back your time. And that's the one that the secrets of the wealthy and the rich is they don't work for money. So when you make money, how can you use that money to actually free up, enhance, or do something else? And so that's where like some of those systems, like hiring people is a big component of that. It buys back a certain amount of your time. If you're doing the tasks that are assistant related task, you're essentially an assistant. And so what happens is you need to get better at understanding and protecting your time. So that was the other big thing we talked about even at the beginning of this was like saying no to more things. The more clear that you get on your vision for your own life, having your vivid vision, and this is what I want to do, it allows you to stop comparing yourself to other people. Oh man, Eric's got 100,000 in passive income, this month. Oh, he's got, 200. I'm not there yet. Well, that's great for you. That may not be right for me. What I invest into may actually not be appropriate for other people, and things that, someone else invests to may not be appropriate for me as well, because it's not to who I am or the investment criteria. So understanding how do you protect your time, and then how do you start time blocking that out? And then it's, this year we actually did, I don't know if Jesse Itlzer, his big ass calendar where you put all the like family things on your calendar first. Then you start putting and mapping out like, my family board meetings. We do an international trip with my kids every year. We do these, like started blocking out all of these things. Like, here's all the things that make up my having an awesome and rad life, and putting those things on there in the place first. Mm-hmm. And then because life has the ability to fill up to the vessel that it is, those time-wasting meetings, the text messages, the calls, the social medias, the movies, those other things, those become the filler things that are left. And what happens if you don't plan out your life accordingly, it takes over that, and you have no time for working out. You have no time for date night. You have no time for those bucket list adventures or going on an international trip or doing those other things. So for me, it was that flipping of the script is here's what we're doing. We're protecting our time first and foremost. And then that sometimes means that business is going to suffer, but I'm okay with that because I'm a family man that has a business. And just that phraseology changing it is I'm a family man, so my business will suffer for my family. Many times it's opposite. Oh, I just got to do this one more call. I got to do this one more deal. I got to do these other things. I can't make it to soccer practice. I can't pick you up from school today. And I'm not saying that you have to be 100% available. There is times that when you're away from your family, especially oftentimes as men, that you're out, the hunters and gatherers, doing those other things, there's still an appropriate balance to that. You don't have to be home 100% of the time, but allowing you to control your time is the biggest win that the wealthy have ever unlocked. And not all of them even understand this themselves. How many billionaires have to commit suicide before people realize that money is not the key?